Hello again. I know this is probably the exact wrong time of day that I should be filming here, lighting wise, but vibes wise, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. It is so good. You wouldn't even be able to tell that it's the middle of winter right now, and I've been freezing my butt off at home for like literally the past 2 months. But yeah, I'm down here right now sitting along the Yarra River. I've got my coffee. I picked up my coffee. I got it from Puzzle. I used to go to Puzzle Coffee all the time, like literally probably every day when I used to work at my old job in the city. We didn't have a coffee machine there, so I'd be buying coffee every day. It started out at 7-Eleven, and then it transitioned to Puzzle when we went there once when my brother was in Melbourne. I think it was the first time we went to Puzzle. We saw them for the first time like on a reel, because they sell coffee cups that aren't actual coffee cups and like you can eat them. So we went there to try that, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I've been hooked ever since. I've definitely spent hundreds of dollars at Puzzle. But let's not talk about that. I went there today. This coffee it's good. Got my classic mocha. I need a sweetener in my coffees. I can't. Oh no, I can. Sorry, I can. If when I go back home, my brother or my sister always makes me like just a plain latte, and I'll drink that. And I do like it, but if it's up to me, I'll definitely be getting some chocolate or some like honey in my coffee. Is now my like sweetener of choice. Whenever I make a coffee at home, it always has honey in it. So. But anyway, let's chat. These are one of the days that I am like so grateful that I live in Melbourne. Like you can see behind me, it's beautiful. Melbourne is such a cool city and an amazing place to call home. There's always something going on in Melbourne, and it's just such a beautiful place to live. For those of you who don't actually know, I didn't grow up in Melbourne. I grew up in Brisbane, which is up in Queensland, so further north, a lot warmer than here normally. So definitely usually better weather, but today's pretty good here, so I can't complain too much. But I moved to Melbourne 4 years ago, so in 2021. So even though I lived here 3 years before I left to go overseas, it still kind of feels like a place that I don't know that much about and still have so much left to explore. But I love the fact that I can call Melbourne home. But anyways, since coming back home from a year overseas, life is weird and going way too quickly. I don't know, I'm stuck because I feel like I've slotted back perfectly into life. Like I've slotted back into my job. Like literally I started working within like 15 hours of returning to Melbourne, so like that was super easy. I'm in my exact same job, in my exact same team, pretty much have my exact same laptop. Like nothing has changed on that front, so things like that I've slotted back in perfectly. But then I feel like there's just a part of me that is still craving all of the freedom that I had last year, and I don't know where to put all that energy, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's weird because I am going with the flow. It's been so easy to just slot back in, but I've found myself craving the life that I had, knowing that I don't want to go back to that. I definitely couldn't be traveling 24/7 for the rest of my life. I've loved having the stability of being back home. I love having a home. I love having a job. I love having friends again and doing weekly things, and like I love like that part of life. But then I also just feel like so caged. Like I've just realized there's so many more paths and so many more things out there to do that I can't be doing. It's kind of like, where is that balance where I get to live all this but I still get to go out and have the freedoms that I had last year, and just spend days riding a bike that I bought off Marketplace around Florence, or on a beach in Sicily, or being up until 2 a.m. depressed trying to see the Northern Lights. Like I feel like I don't get days like that in my normal life. So it's like, what can I do in this environment in Melbourne, because I'm not leaving, to give myself that life? It's probably just me thinking this. So I've kind of come up with this thing. Like I've been home for how long now? 3-4 months. It's the 28th of June, and we came back on like the 1st of March. So March, April, May, June. I've been back for 4 months now. Like that's a long time. And I feel like in that time I haven't really ticked anything off like the bucket list. And not saying that like I need to be ticking things off the bucket list every day, otherwise what kind of bucket list is it? But like I haven't ticked anything off the bucket list is what I kind of been keep thinking to myself. And I listened to this podcast probably like a month or two ago. It was Matt D'Avella's podcast, and he had a guest on there. I can't remember. I should probably look it up. It was Matt D'Avella on his podcast 3 Rules, and his interview with Nelson Dellis, who's like a memory champion. And yeah, again, I listened to this like 2 months ago, so sorry if I get some of this wrong, but I remember he was talking about like how to improve your memory, which isn't necessarily what I'm looking for right now, but he was saying something along the lines of like, you need to do different things. How do I word it in a good way? You need to do different things every single day to create memorable days. Yeah. If you just live the same life for a whole month, for 30 days in a row, there's going to be nothing to differentiate any specific day from another. So what's going to make you remember each day? But if you're doing something different, whether even if it's just like going for a different walk around the block, or going for a bike ride, or I don't know, taking a different turn to get home, like you're gonna remember that a lot more than just doing the same thing that you've been doing every single day. So I've been thinking about it, and that's something that I want to incorporate more, and I think that's going to be how I'm going to incorporate sort of the ticking off the bucket list thing within my everyday life, by creating more different days in my life to create those memories that I can look back on and differentiate each day within my life. Because at the moment I'm working from home 99% of the time, like 5 days a week. I'm working from home. Probably once a month I go in when the other girl that I'm working with messages me, or I message her and I'm saying, let's go into the office, because we haven't seen each other in a month, because we both work from home, because everyone else in our team works in different states, and we have no real reason to go in. Going into the office costs money. Like, we have to pay for the tram or the train, and then it just takes up 2 hours of our day commuting. However, I'm thinking that needs to change first and foremost, because yeah, like I said, every day is from home, and that's not creating any different memories for me, which is what I want to do. So like, it'd probably take me a minute for some of the things to go, but I could probably go through in order and tell you what we did on every single day for 2024, like the whole time we were overseas, because every single day was completely different, and that is something that I remember. However, since coming back home, all the days have just become a blur. It's just wake up, work, cook dinner, go to bed, rinse and repeat. Like, there is nothing special about any day. So that's going to change. I'm going to start incorporating the travel lifestyle and doing something every single day into my normal mundane life. So that's going to be my challenge to myself, is just chasing memories. And some of that's going to be incorporating some travel. Like, we're going back up to Brisbane soon. Jacob might be going overseas for work at the end of the year, so if he does, hopefully I'll be able to go with him for a little bit, and we'll be doing a little bit more overseas travel. I would like to incorporate as much overseas travel as we can, but obviously I took a year off from work last year, so I don't think they'll be too happy if I take too much leave. But then also just doing more exploring around here, around Melbourne. As I said, there's still so much for me to explore here, and I want to do that. There's just so many things to do, and so come along with me as I do that. I think it's going to be really eye-opening for me to see how much of life I was missing out on by just rolling with the punches a lot. And if you're watching and you feel like you're a little bit the same and you want to do something different, take this as your sign, which is kind of like what the Matt D'Avila podcast episode was for me, to incorporate some different things into your life, because you don't want to wake up one day and realize that every single day of your life was the exact same. And maybe that's nobody else's problem. Maybe that's just a me problem, because I work from home 95% of the time. But if you are finding you feel the same way as I do, then yeah, take this as your sign to just try and make each day a little bit different. Even if it's just a really simple thing, like literally driving to the shops a different way. I think it's going to start triggering some bigger things, which I think is good. So I'm going to finish my coffee now, because it's probably gone cold, because I've been sitting here talking for who knows how long. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to crochet a little bit, because it's a beautiful spot that I'm in, and I'm currently crocheting a blanket for my brother-in-law, because, well, my brother-in-law just had a baby, so I'm crocheting a blanket for this baby. So hopefully when we go and visit him, maybe next month or something, I'll be able to give him this blanket. And I've spent 50 hours of my life crocheting this blanket, so a lot of hours. But like I said, it's something different. I've never crocheted before, but it's definitely going to be something I remember and something different. And I will definitely remember sitting here in front of the Yarra River on a beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon in the middle of winter, in Melbourne. How perfect does that sound? If only my coffee was a bit warmer, but that's my fault. So, thanks so much for watching, if you've made it this far. Thanks for listening. I know this has been a bit of a chatty one, and just blabbering on about nothing, but I feel like I haven't really sat down and spoken to you guys at all since I've come home, which is 4 months ago. So, if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. I know I've gained a whole bunch of subscribers in the past month, even though I haven't been posting any videos because one of my shorts went viral. I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually watching my videos. So if you are watching my videos, if you are watching this one, thank you so much. I guess I'll see you next time. Again, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Bye.